Tinty and I last summer talked about how we can improve the quality of life for all Kingston residents. What that means is that we have to have our police department and all of our city agencies, for that matter, reconnect to the public and address what they perceive to be their quality of life concerns. And one of those quality of life concerns is public safety, and that also includes our youth. And the fact that for quite some time there's been, I think, perhaps a need to reconnect not only to Midtown but throughout the city and foster this sense of partnership, okay, with the police department in the community and bring all good people like yourself out around one common purpose, which is to do what? To ensure that our youth are safe, to ensure that they have opportunities, to ensure that they have mentors, to ensure that they don't fall victim to gangs and to drugs. And so, as I stated earlier, the chief and I last summer talked about what he's been thinking about for some time and what I started to think about with what happened over on South Clinton Avenue last year, okay, involving a group of kids. And that's about community policing. And community policing means a youth bureau. It means bringing back a youth officer and coordinating the services with the SROs. We have the 3 SROs here today who are fine gentlemen who are very well known in the schools that they work in. Sergeant Detective Bowers here is going to be our youth officer. He also has a reputation, okay, connected to our youth in the schools. And what we want to do is put this effort together to be able to coordinate our services to reach out to the youth in the community to ensure that they are safe and they are protected from the influences in our community. And Chief, if you want, if you could, please, just share with the folks how you've structured, okay, this youth bureau.
The whole premise behind it came as part of the conversations we had last year, as the mayor mentioned. As part of our assessment within the agency, top down and bottom up, we looked at everything that we do and everything that the community wants us to do. We understand that we serve the community members of Kingston. We got it. That's understood. Part of it, there was a void in how we serve a small population of Kingston, the youth. And the school resource officers and Detective Bowers do a fantastic job throughout the school year in dealing with these children. What we're trying to do now is fill a gap, a time period that when they're no longer in school, that they're free to do what they have to do. When we understand a lot of times parents get tied up in going to work and dealing with their own stressors. The fact is, this youth bureau will be able to give them a hand. We've come to realize as an agency that people contact us for everything. They call us for all sorts of information, for all sorts of help. Well, we want to be that center point. We want the Kingston Police Department to be the center point of anything that the community needs. This is just one way to fill that void. So we certainly understand and we want to work together to try to coordinate some programs that are existing out there. We've already met with some of those community members. We ask the public if they have anything that they would like to share with us, please contact us. The school resource officers and Detective Bowers will do a fantastic job. They will finish up on the program details. They'll be the ones coordinating it throughout the summer. We hope that this program continues throughout the year. Again, our hope here is not just to make it that these 4 officers are responsible for the program, but us as an agency sharing these responsibilities. And we can only do that with community support.
And also, too, what the chief has started, I think, is going to provide for some kind of bridge with the social services organizations and not-for-profits who provide services to the children throughout the community, be it here in Midtown or elsewhere. So I'm excited about this entire focus that the chief is now implementing, okay, and under the direction also of Sergeant Detective Bowers, will be our youth officer, and our 3 SROs, who, as the chief said, do marvelous work, as I stated earlier, have a real presence with the children and with their families. And it is imperative and incumbent upon us as the leaders of the community to ensure we have that connection to the children and to their parents. I mean, the police will also serve here as mentors, okay, with the children. And I know that there was we're in the process, I believe, of putting up pictures of black police officers, okay, here at this center, okay, to acknowledge their contribution to the police department. so that the youth in this community can see that there are individuals of color, okay, who are involved, okay, with the police department in trying to protect and serve. So I think this is just a very exciting moment here in Kingston for the Hodge Center. I think it's the right thing to do, and under the leadership and the direction of Chief Tinty, I'm very, very pleased that he's going to reestablish a presence of our police department through the Youth Bureau, not only here in Midtown, but also throughout the city. So I want to thank the chief, I want to thank Sergeant Detective Bowers, Officer Waltman, Kurtz, and Officer, that's what I thought, Holbrook. I'm sorry, I wasn't sure there, sir, I apologize. I was confusing you with Lieutenant Scanlon for a second. Don't worry, yeah, where is he? He's over there. You have more hair though, I'm sorry, so excuse me. No offense, Lieutenant, sir. But seriously, I want to thank you all for coming, and again, I want to thank the chief for his hard work and his focus on making Kingston one big neighborhood, because that's exactly what we are. We're not downtown, we're not midtown, we're not